What's up, guys? It's Carson back here on Toxic Gaming today for week 6 of the PPL Pokemon Premier League. We had to skip week 5. Juan, coach of the Deportivo Primarina, I don't know how to fucking say it. Juan, he had some family issues and stuff, so he's going to be moved from our week 5 match to a week 12, doing that at the end of the regular season, just to give him time to work through his family stuff and everything. But we are here with week 6. And we are fighting up against Alex. You know him from the first iteration of the Drunk Lock, the Gen 1 part of it. And he has Birmingham, Spritzee, and everything. My team, I'll have a Pokepace down. Sorry for coughing. I had a Pokepace down to get more in-depth details of the team. But I'll do a quick run-through here and a quick run-through of his draft that he potentially could have brought. The stuff he could have brought was like Salamence, Heatran, Clefable. We saw he had the Mega Gallade, Komala, Vikavolt, Silvally, Seismitoad, Sneasel, Driftblim, and Vileplume. With Vikavolt and Salamence being Z users. I was very scared of Salamence this entire, going into this game. So I was really surprised to not see it here. So looking over, quick rundown of my team. I have Ember Moon, our Alolan Ninetales, new pickup. We dropped Diancie, we dropped Lob Money, and we dropped Wishcash to pick up Alolan Ninetales. This Alolan Ninetales is Moonblast, Freeze Dry, Rovale, and Hypnosis with Light Clay. Unfortunately, I didn't notice this before the battle, but apparently Showdown switched my ability from Snow Warning to Snow Cloak, so it's unfortunately Snow Cloak Alolan Ninetales. But then we also have Carl Anderson, our Drapion, being AV and Adamant-Natured with knockoff Poison Jab, Earthquake, and Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb was there basically for the Salamence if it showed up, and then knockoff Poison Jab, Earthquake covered the majority of the rest of his team for hitting him for neutral damage at minimum. Drapion was kind of going to be our kind of specially defensive, tanky switch-in, try to do the bulk of the overall damage to the team. That was the idea of it. Next up, we had Mickey James, or Mega Kangaskhan, with the Adamant Nature, Sub, Secret Power, Ice Punch, and Drain Punch. Secret Power was something interesting that I credit David Magic, coach, his FC Poplio stuff. He showed that to me, and it was a way to get around a Rocky Helmet user and still get, I think, a 70 base power normal move. Still has a chance to paralyze, just barely weaker, I think 10 points weaker than Body Slam, but we get around Rocky Helmet stuff. So it was a cool thing I wanted to try out for this game. And if I got a sub up on really anything against Alex, I got a free heavy damage against his entire team, which was going to be really good. Then we had Bret Hart, Orlando T, Jolly Natured, with Yachi Berry, and then Earthquake, U-Turn, Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, kind of Earthquake spam on things. U-turn for that initiative out, and if we set up rocks, we set up rocks. It was kind of, that's the way that Lando was going to go. Kind of one of the better things I felt I could maybe switch into Salamence maybe once or twice and scare it, but that was really it. Next up, I had Chandelure, Scarf Chandelure, Girl Reginald. He's back doing his tearing through things, stuff he does. With Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, Hidden Power, Ice, and Trick. Trick was basically if he had, say, a Clefable, I guess Clefable there, as you see that he brought, or if he had Komala or Seismitoad or something that I could take their more beneficial defensive item and trick my Scarf onto him, that'd be really nice. Kind of a last ditch, I don't need Scarf Chandelure anymore type of thing. Everything else Chandelure's for is basically just revenge killing things as we go. And then finally we have Kenny Omega, Rotom Wash, basically full HP and defense natured stuff with Volt Switch, Toxic, Hydro, and Defog with leftovers. This was kind of I felt like my only real answer to Mega Gallade, what Mega Gallade could do to me. It all depended on this, between Rotom, Drapion, and Lando, it all depended for what moveset he was running, what coverage he decided to pick, as to which one of those was going to be the better one to put up against the Mega Gallade. Because if he doesn't have Leaf Blade, then Rotom's kind of fine. If he doesn't have Ice Punch, Lando's decently okay, and if he doesn't have Fighting Stab, which I don't know why he wouldn't when he had a Mega Kang, but if he didn't, then Drapion could kind of deal with it the best I could. But as you see from our squad and everything, you see it on screen, we're just going to go right on ahead and start going. I led off with Rotom, and he led off with a Silvally, and this was normal Silvally. So I was kind of... I really liked Rotom against the matchup for his entire team. I felt like he was either going to lead Silvally or lead Clefable. And if he led Clefable, I could get a Toxic off turn 1 and see which Clefable it is. If it's Magic Guard, the more common one, or if it's Unaware to try to stop any setup. But turn 1, he just goes for the Parting Shot. Fine, all well and good. I still Toxic turn 1 as he goes in the Clefable. And we see with no damage taken that it is the Magic Guard. And I Volt Switch out into Drapion, taking the Moonblast. AV still doesn't take the Moonblast very well. I was hoping I could take it better, and this kind of keyed me into he was probably a little bit more offensive, like maybe HP and a little bit offensive Clefable. But here I figured I scared him a lot with just having Drapion in here. And so he goes into his regular Gallade here, and I just Poison Jab to get damage on anything. And I can't let him set up. He went for the Ice Punch. I'm guessing expecting me to go into Lando to intimidate him. And I realized here, if he was Swords Dance Gallade, I just fucking lost. Like, I lost hands down to Swords Dance Gallade. So I couldn't let him set up for free, so I went for the Poison Jab, and the second Poison Jab does end up following up kill him. So getting rid of Gallade that easy, or turn 4, getting rid of Gallade was so nice. He goes into the Silvally here. I'm guessing he's going to be willing to Parting Shot or just spam normal moves against and try to get some damage off here. I decided to switch out into Rotom to kind of see what he's going to do, and he goes for the Tri-Attack, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird to have Tri-Attack. It's okay. He goes for the second one, and he gets the Freeze, and it's super unfortunate, but it's like, that's Tri-Attack. He's going to get one of the 3, and unfortunately, we're still frozen as he gets a Free Switch into Clefable. We get to thaw out. It's only 2 turns of freeze, and we get to Volt Switch out on the Clefable and go into Chandelure and take that Moonblast very, very well. And I pulled a double here going into Ember Moon, thinking at this point that I still had Snow Warning. So I was going to get the Hail up and be able to set up a Aurora Veil in his face. And this is where I realized I didn't have that. And so I was like, fuck, I really only have 2 moves to click with Alolan Ninetales. It's really just going to be a thing to come in here against the Clefable and just kind of wear Clefable down from now on. I have the Hypnosis, but am I ever going to actually click it now? It was that kind of issue that we were going up against. And so I'm just going to be firing Moonblast off, getting as much chip damage as I can, seeing that he is Wish Protect. And expecting him to Protect there, after tossing Bewish, I expected the Protect there to get all of his health back on a second Moonblast being tossed by Ninetales, as I really didn't have a reason not to... I didn't have a reason to not quick Moonblast, but I thought I could get the upper hand by abusing his Protect turn and get Drapion back in here. Makes a good play and goes for Moonblast, and now Drapion's gone, so now Clefable's kind of more of an issue. And I'm able to get Mega Kang in here. And on his switch out into Driftblim, I'm able to set up my sub and have Mega Kang behind the sub. This is the thing that, as we showed Rogue in the last battle, you don't want Mega Kang behind the sub. And I'm going right for the Ice Punch. We see it takes out huge damage, but we do get the freeze too. So we get a little bit of hacks. We get hacks back for the freeze earlier. Now it guarantees that this thing, if he stays in, this thing's dead. And I think Alex realized that too, and just decided to kind of sack this off. It wasn't going to do anything at that point. And so we got that kill on it. But now he goes into the Silvally and goes for the Tri-Attack again to break our sub. I go for the Drain Punch to get all my health back that I used for sub. And I didn't know if he was going to try to stay in and Parting Shot or anything. So with him doubling out, I just Drain Punched again. I was either going to kill the Silvally, or if he wasn't going to let me get a free sub up there. Like, him switching out, I could have potentially quick sub again and then been alright to face this. Like, his Bug Buzz could have gone through, but it was still, like, I didn't know if he would let me just get a free sub up. I gotta sneeze. Oh, fuck. But yeah, we have now Lando in here. I just hard switched into Lando against this thing, expecting kind of a T-Bolt, but he goes right for the Bug Buzz, and it does a lot with the crit, and that's really unfortunate for me. Stone Edge with his Charty Berry takes it very easily, and the Ice, Him Power Ice from him with my Yachi, I don't take that. I'm not certain if without the crit Bug Buzz, if I would have lived the HP Ice with the Yachi Berry. I kind of doubt it, because it is a Vikavolt and it is very, like, especially offensive, like, very hard hitting. So I kind of doubt I would have lived without the crit, but either way, it would have been a chance, and I could have fired up another Stone Edge. But we see Chandelure here doesn't care. And Chandelure's fine. Reginald's able to pick it up. And here I actually did something kind of tricky. With Alex, well, not tricky, but like probably something I would never usually do before the season started. And here it's like, okay, I have a Chandelure that's locked into Flamethrower. He brings in this Sneasel. He's going to make one of two plays. He can't Ice Shard here to outpace me and like try to revenge kill me. He can't do that. So he's either going to be Focus Sash, take the hit, kill me, which is, okay, I have ways to get around that later. Or he's gonna try to scare me just by bringing in Sneasel and try to Pursuit Trap me out, which I believe would kill me as well. So I felt like, okay, worst case scenario is I lose this, but it's also put to a worst case scenario is I lose this without doing any damage. So I felt I needed to do damage to this, and I just stayed in and clicked Flamethrower, and he's not Focus Sash. He just goes right down to it. And here I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna kind of spam Flamethrower against this Clefable. I know it's Wish Protect, but I kind of want to waste the wishes. I want to make him use those power points up as much as possible now. And so I'm just kind of spamming Flamethrower to get his damage, and he's still tossing up wishes. This turn, he decided not to protect and go for the Moonblast, and gets a crit on a resisted hit Moonblast, which, if it wasn't a crit, I probably would have been like right around, like, I think it's like here for HP. And I would have been fine staying in and just keep kind of spamming Flamethrowers down. I would have been fine for at least one, until I got hit one more time. Or until he decided to switch out to a Silvally. I would have been more fine with that. But with that crit, I felt I needed to save it just in case, and I go out into Ember Moon, and here it's again, just spam Moonblast against the Clefable. He shows the Flamethrower. So I'm like, I wonder if I can get him baited with the Flamethrower here in a turn or two, see if he'll go for it. And I get a special attack drop there on his Wish, and so I decided here he'll probably, I didn't know if he was going to protect there, or if he would end up trying to go for the Flamethrower on Alolan Ninetales with the special attack, get his health back, or live the Moonblast, get his health back, and then kill my Ninetales. So I tried to make a little bit of aggressive play going into Reginald with him at such low HP, just to see if I could catch him on that Flamethrower, because I believe then I could go for one super hard Flamethrower against this. It would be really, really tough for him to come back from that. But he doesn't. He decides to go right for the Protect, which is fine. I decided to double back out into Ninetales, realizing Ninetales is just kind of here to keep damage up on this, not really here to stay around long. And so Ninetales is going to go down. But here I realize I can go right into Kangaskhan, click sub. He has a chance to not break it, and this first Moonblast does end up breaking. I think he had a min roll of 23%. So I just basically needed to quick sub twice, and hopefully that he could get that under 25. And with this next Moonblast, he actually does not break the sub. So now I'm behind the sub, and I can just click Secret Power, and this thing is going to be taking damage really heavily. He needs to do the Wish support here. And basically the Wish Protect from now on is going to be kind of me just clicking Super Power or Secret Power against this Clefable, him having to break my sub here and setting up against the sub later. He goes out into the his Silvally here, and I just went right for the Secret Power to get damage, and that Silvally is gone. And so from here on out, I really don't need to click sub anymore. Like, there's no real reason for me to, because he's just going to Wish and Protect over and over again. So I'm going to let this just kind of play out now, because it's quite a few turns of just Wish Protect, but there's no way at this point that I don't beat this Clefable. And it's the fact of I either beat it with the with Kangaskhan here, or as soon as he'll be under enough HP to where Rotom combo plus Chandelure will be able to beat it. So it's really going to decide, is it going to be 3, 2, or 1? At this point, like, he doesn't have the amount of wishes at this point in the game to out-heal me, clicking for Secret Power. I basically, at this point, I kind of just decided, like, hey, I could click Ice Punch or Drain Punch on his Protects just to save those Secret Powers. But I just, like, it really, by math, straight math, doesn't matter. If he gets a crit with a Moonblast, I think I might still live it, potentially. And if I got a crit with any of the Secret Powers that actually hit, I'm pretty sure that would have been it as well. So it's like, it's just kind of a matter of time here. And I will speed this up kind of from here on, but basically, it's just that's how the game's going to go now. And it's a good game to Alex and everything. I don't know. I personally am not sure why it kind of went this long. Maybe he thought he would be able to get enough HP before and be able to take out stuff. I don't really know why we decided to go this long for turns. But by math on what I could see, there was no way I was not killing this Clefable. And here you can see I started doing ice punches and stuff. But there was no way I was not killing Clefable at some point with Secret Power. It was happening. It just was a matter of how long are we gonna wait it out. But still, good game to Alex and stuff. There was a 2-week break between this and Rogue's game. That was because one, the week we were gonna fight one, we waited because of his family stuff going on, which is perfectly fine. And then PPL decided to take a break week as well, just so people could try to catch up on games. We should be all fine, well, and going now. I think we fight Matt O'Shea next, who took over for, I can't remember exactly who he took over. I think he took over for Hera, who took over for somebody else. I don't know. There's been so many flips up and downs for PPL teams and what they are. I'm worried about who we're fighting next week, and that's Matt O'Shea and his Montreal Melodics, I believe it's called. But that'll be up next week. So again, thank you guys for coming out, subscribe and everything, you know, like normal. And apparently with YouTube stuff, you gotta hit that bell too. I don't know. It's so fucked up right now. You can do what you want to make sure that you find the videos, know when stuff goes up. We did pretty well now. We're doing pretty well right now in the PPL overall. Knock on wood. But we'll see if we can continue it going into next week. So thank you guys for coming out. I'm Carson, this is Toxic Gaming, and as always, you guys stay toxic. We'll see you guys.